So one Sunday morning, I wake up and I have 100 missed calls on my phone. Now, unknown number. I'm alarmed. I'm a bit scared. Itna to nahi soi thi, but I pick it up. And on the other line of this phone is a very, very angry man. वो जोर जोर से चिल्ला रहा था, मैडम, आप हमारी बाइली को पकड़ लियो. He said I'd kidnapped his wife and he wanted her back or else. I kept the phone down. I'm alarmed. I'm a bit scared, but I decided to start digging up deeper. And what was revealed was heartbreaking. Now, this man's wife had been suffering from unimaginable suffering and abuse for the past 2 decades. And then one day, after a failed acid attack, she decided that she could stay there no more. She decided to leave. She ran. She chose herself. And while she was running, in her journey, she found one of our centers. Our centers, which does vocational training for the underprivileged. This center was not just a place for her to learn, but more than that, it was a lifeline. At first, she hesitated. She was unsure if she could, whether she'd be able to belong, to learn at this stage of life. But then she decided to take the leap. She decided to say no to abuse. She decided to say no to the pain that had become her identity. She decided to say no to the cards that life had handed out to her. She joined the vocational training program at a center in Gorakhpur. She trained for 9 months and mastered the art and craft of supply chain and logistics. And it was not easy to be a learner at this stage in life. She was unsure. She had to get up every single day and be present, learn. But after 9 months, she finally skilled herself and she did something that no one in her village and community had done before. She got herself a stable job, earning 25,000 rupees, and she finally became financially independent. Hi, I'm Divya Jain, and I've been working in the skill development and women empowerment space for the past 15 years. And today, I'm here to talk to you about a very small word. No. Do we all know it? Do we use it? No. So stop for a moment and think about it. But no. I genuinely believe that it has supreme power. We've been conditioned to believe कि no तो बड़ा negative है. अगर हम no बोलेंगे तो कोई बुरा मान जाए. So we shy away from it. But this word has the ability to transform your lives completely. You can say no to your fears, to your doubts, and most importantly, no to settling for less. And every no has a hidden part. It has a yes. It has a hidden yes that's just waiting to come out. Saying no to what doesn't work for you, what is not right for you, what is not something that makes you happy is what will unleash the yes for your growth, your independence, and endless possibilities. Now, really, let me ask you this. What is that no that you're afraid to say? वो क्या ना है जो आपको डर लगता है बोलने में? What is one yes that you'd love to unleash? मन करता है शायद मेरी जिंदगी में वो होता तो. This story that I related to you was of Pushpa Devi. She's 43 years old from a small village in eastern UP. And what's remarkable is how her courage transformed not just her life, but that of her entire community and her village. जो उसका husband था, उसको मार रहा था, he now looks at her not as a survivor, but as someone who is thriving. She was able to transform not just her life, but her communities, where the other women in that community can look at her and say, we don't have to settle for less. there is another way out. There is a different life out there for us, and more importantly, for our daughters. So, um, now let me get to the real secret. Saying no is noise. And for someone like me, who has been conditioned, and for a lot of women actually, will be conditioned to check all the boxes, to always be the good girl, the good couple, the good daughter, the good wife, and the list goes on. Trust me, it is terrifying. But I realized that if I want to lead the life and experience my true purpose in life, I had to make this tiny little bird one of my best friends. And here are three stories of my road that took me 14 years, but it allowed me to craft a life that I want to live for the next decades to come. So, three stories. The first one is a professional challenge. I was 39. My business was growing, my company was growing, but so was the chaos. I felt unprepared to scale. I felt like I didn't have the skill sets, the tools to manage it all. कि बच्चे भी काम भी from sales, marketing, IT, media, I was drowning. Most days I was barely remaining afloat. So one day I decided to say no to drowning. Now it took a lot of courage, but I decided to invest in myself and go pursue my MBA. It wasn't an easy journey. 3 years of late nights, early mornings. I have two kids. At that time, they were 10 and 7. I had to miss my daughter's 10th birthday, which I still hear about till today. But honestly, it's been one of the most enriching experiences of my life. I got the skills, the perspectives, the networks, the knowledge. More importantly, that life could go on, my businesses could go on when I wasn't there, and I could invest in myself, become a better leader, and show up. But it took me saying that no. My second story. This one is a little bit more personal. So I have very healthy banya genes. I have pretty active thyroid glands, and I suffer from asthma as a child. So I guess being healthy, maintaining weight was always a challenge. And then we were hit with COVID, and that made me realize that, Divya, what are you doing with your life? Your work, your commitments always get chosen over you. And that 40, that's the time I realized that I want to run the Ironman relay. It sounded like an impossible challenge and incredibly hard given everything that was going in my responsibility. So why not add another 23 kilometers of running and biking in that? But I realized that to get out of my comfort zone, to challenge myself, I had to do it for myself. So again, I had to use my favorite word, our best friend, as we're learning. No. To excuses, to self doubt, to that voice in my head that kept saying, you have too many commitments, you're too tired. No, to going out, to eating out, or anything remotely fun, any which ways. And my training, I realized, became my sanctuary, my haven. It was my space to clear my head, to redefine my boundaries. And more than physical endurance, आपको लगता है कि इतने कैसे, how are you going to run so much, right? आपकी body कैसे manage कर लेगी? You bike so much. But really, more than physical endurance, it's this fight with your head. It's a fight with that voice in your head that's telling you you can't. And I realized that when I finished, or when I, crossed that finish line, it wasn't about completing a race. It honestly was about proving that by saying no to things that are holding me back, that are holding my mind back, I could actually create the life I wanted, any life I wanted, any dream that I looked at, I could dream up of. And finally, my third story. This one is possibly the hardest one of them all, and it involves breaking tradition. I'm from a Marwari household. We have a traditional business. And when COVID hit, my business of vocational training schools was severely impacted. Our schools were shut. We had no idea कि ये vocational training space, skilling space में what's going to happen. Traditional thing to do, or the sensible thing to do, would have been possibly to suspend the schools, suspend the teachers, take a pause, maybe even shut down the business. But what I decided to do was I launched an edtech startup and took a leap into the unknown. Again, coming back, this is very important to me in my life, right? We're a traditional Marwari family. मुझे धंधा समझ आता है. I understand revenue, I understand profit, I understand losses. And here I'm used to stability. धीरे धीरे grow करना है, धीरे धीरे build करना है. And the startup world was anything but. And especially one that is VC funded, private equity funded. And of course, this is obviously a place for the 20-year-olds, right? Not this 40-year-old who still thinks she's right. It required a new vocabulary. It required the ability to take bold risks, rewrite the rules, and constant innovation. I would go back home the next morning, show up to work, and my co-founders had created 3 new business models. And what's happening? To make it happen, I needed to embrace the power of saying no. No to my safety nets. No to the voices that said, what do you know about technology? Why are you doing this? You have no space being here. No to the warm comfort that I had got used to. But saying that no allowed me to say yes to the unknown. Yes to experience a world that changes in a blink of an eye. I got to meet the biggest investors. I got to be at the forefront of technology. This was a world where I could build my vision. I got the opportunity to immerse myself in a world of technology, of artificial intelligence, to understand scale technology ke saath. And really to be a part of this ecosystem that is shaping the tomorrow that my daughter and my son will be a part of. So I ask you again, what would your life look like if you said the no that pushed you back? Can you think of it? Can you imagine it? Trust me, it's never, never, never too late. And it's never too early. No is not a rejection. It is not a bad word. It is incredibly powerful. Possibly the most powerful in your category. My daughter, incidentally, is named Noor, and she says no a lot. So it's about knowing what truly matters to you and going after that. Just 3 things, practically speaking. How do you say no? First of all, you need to know your goals or your purpose, or you'll be saying no to the wrong things, right? So define your goals, define your purpose, know what carrots. Secondly, start small. You don't have to start with the Ironman. Trust me, it's a really bad idea. Start with the small one. Say no to that work commitment you don't want to do, or the breakfast that you want someone else to make for the day. And third, say it with grace. Say it with love. Saying no doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be a fight with anyone or anything. It can be said with love. It's about decluttering. It's about removing the weeds, and it's going after what you want versus what you have to do and what you should do. Every no is paving a path for a yes that awaits you. So today, my lovely ladies and gentlemen, let's honor our dreams, our potential, and the incredible power we hold for the life that we need to serve. Finally, if not now, then when? If not you, then thank you.